Before anything else, take a slow breath with me, because what you're about to hear might be the exact message your soul has been waiting for. Many divine feminines reach a point where the journey feels too heavy, too lonely, or too draining. Something inside feels weakened, even though you try to be strong. But listen closely. The exhaustion you're carrying isn't a result of who you are. It's a result of where your energy has been flowing. And once you understand that, everything about your connection begins to shift. Welcome back, beautiful soul. I'm truly glad you're here today. So many in the twin flame community have shared the same experience. Feeling tired, feeling emotionally stretched, feeling like the journey is demanding more than you can give. Maybe you've been holding on tightly to the connection while feeling like your twin is slipping away. Maybe you've been trying to stay strong, yet your heart keeps asking when things will finally make sense. Maybe you're wondering why you feel like the one doing all the spiritual work. Questions rise in moments like these, and they often stay quiet inside your mind. Why am I the one carrying the emotional weight? Why does this connection drain me when it's supposed to awaken me? What am I missing about my own power? These questions aren't signs of weakness. They are invitations to look deeper into your spiritual center. And now we move into the truth that most divine feminines discover only after reaching their breaking point. The feeling of weakness appears in this journey for one reason. Your energy is pouring outward rather than inward. You sense every shift in the connection. You sense distance. You sense the silent patterns. Your nervous system becomes tied to your twin's actions instead of your own growth. This sensitivity doesn't make you fragile. It makes you aware. And awareness is the first sign of awakening. Yet awareness becomes exhaustion when it is pointed in the wrong direction. Many divine feminines unknowingly direct all their energy toward their twin flame, studying their moods, analyzing their words, watching their online presence, asking for signs, wondering what they feel, waiting for their return. Energy constantly directed outward eventually drains your inner strength. Not because you're weak, but because you're powerful. Powerful energy becomes overwhelming when it isn't grounded in the self. At this point, something essential needs to be understood. Your exhaustion is not a flaw, it is a signal. It tells you your energy is overflowing into a place you cannot control. Once this becomes clear, a new awareness rises. You're not running out of power, you're misplacing it. When energy is reclaimed, your strength returns. When your focus shifts inward, clarity grows. When your healing becomes the priority, your spirit stops bending under the weight of the connection. Now the question becomes, where does the exhaustion truly come from? It comes from the belief that you must manage the connection alone. And this belief leads directly to the turning point every divine feminine reaches. A moment arrives when your heart whispers, enough. Not because you stopped loving, but because you stopped abandoning yourself. The turning point is sacred because it marks the return of your sovereignty. It is the moment that divine feminine stops associating her identity with the runner-chaser dynamic. This moment never comes from anger. It comes from realization. You suddenly recognize something that feels both painful and freeing. The journey is not about chasing your twin. The journey is about becoming whole within yourself. Once this realization lands, you begin to ask deeper questions. What if this connection is meant to strengthen me rather than break me? What if the separation is a mirror for my own imbalance? What if my power grows the moment I stop reaching outward? This shift changes everything. When the divine feminine stops chasing, the energetic field resets. When pressure dissolves, resistance weakens. When inner peace becomes the center, the masculine twin no longer feels overwhelmed. This is why the feminine turning point is powerful. It does not end the journey. It transforms it. As soon as your energy returns to you, self-love rises. And when self-love rises, your magnetism expands naturally. This is the moment many divine feminines finally understand. Your twin is not running from you. Your twin is running from the intensity of unbalanced energy. Once the balance shifts, everything begins to realign. This leads directly into the practical path of reclaiming your power. Step 1: end the obsession. Start the creation. Obsession doesn't appear because you're clingy. It appears because your energy lacks direction. Every time you check their profile, your heart contracts. Every time you revisit old messages, your mind loops in pain. Every time you wait for their name to appear on your phone, your soul feels paused. This pattern dissolves when your creative energy awakens. Creation opens your feminine flow. When you start building something meaningful, your vibration rises without effort. Creation might look like developing a passion project, improving your spiritual practice, starting a new business idea, exploring a skill, bringing beauty back into your daily life. Your energy becomes magnetic when creativity flows freely. The more you create, the less you chase. The less you chase, the more peaceful your spirit becomes. The more peaceful you become, the more balanced the connection feels. This is where you begin to see why obsession ends as soon as creation starts. Step 2: radical self-sovereignty. Self-sovereignty means remembering your power in moments of doubt. It means recognizing your worth without needing confirmation. It means remaining centered even when your twin withdraws. It means choosing emotional self-respect every day. A sovereign divine feminine honors her boundaries, respects her emotional state, protects her peace, moves with intention, lives from her inner truth. This is where the dynamic starts shifting in your favor. A divine feminine in her sovereignty no longer waits for union to feel whole. She no longer lives in emotional dependency. She no longer folds her identity around someone else's availability. Instead, she stands tall in her spiritual presence. Once sovereignty grounds itself in your life, something beautiful begins to happen. Your twin starts feeling your energy differently. The connection feels less demanding. Your vibration becomes calm, dignified, and balanced. Your soul radiates with confidence instead of fear. This naturally dissolves the runner-chaser dynamic. Step 3: embrace inner union. Inner union is the secret behind the entire twin flame journey. When your masculine and feminine energies find balance, the external connection stops controlling your emotions. Inner union feels like a calmer mind, a steadier heart, a clearer intuition, a grounded confidence, a softened ego, a centered emotional field. The inner masculine brings structure and boundaries. The inner feminine brings intuition and emotional truth. When these energies harmonize, your soul becomes whole without external confirmation. At this point, the emotional pain of the journey softens. Your identity returns to its center. Your energy stops leaking outward. Your frequency aligns with peace rather than longing. Once inner union stabilizes, you no longer chase anything. You no longer fear loss. You no longer force timelines. You no longer place your worth in someone else's readiness. And this is exactly the state that attracts the next phase of the journey. Whether that is reunion with your twin flame or a soulmate union that aligns with your growth, either way you rise. You have always been powerful. You have always been intuitive. You have always been capable of deep spiritual transformation. This journey did not weaken you. It revealed the parts of yourself you forgot to honor. You are the prize not because your twin recognizes it, but because your soul carries a rare light. No timeline can dim it. No silence can extinguish it. No separation can destroy it. Your worth remains intact with or without external union. Your healing continues with or without contact. Your power expands with or without reassurance. This journey was never designed to break you. It was designed to remind you of who you are. Once your energy returns home, everything else aligns in divine timing. Union becomes a possibility. Healing becomes natural. Peace becomes your foundation. Love becomes a choice, not a chase. And from this moment forward, you rise in your own light. If this message spoke to your heart, let me know by liking this video so it reaches someone who needs it. Share it with a sister on the journey who deserves to hear these words today. And tell me in the comments, what is the one thing you are choosing to focus on this week to reclaim your power? Our community grows stronger with every voice, every revelation, every moment of healing. You are not walking this journey alone. I'm right here with you,